Okay, so it's the 28th of December. I've got a record here, and ooh, yeah, it's being sent in one of these very cheap sleeves. Here, these very cheap card ones. Come on. There we go. Oh, thankfully, actually, they've reinforced it with some cardboard on the inside, thankfully. I think that's it. Yeah. So this is just in a basic sleeve, so this is, on this side anyway, is Gold by, I can't remember the band's name. Sorry, I can't pronounce the band's name, but yeah, this is the extended version, the 7-minute version, which I do prefer. On there, this cost me £6 actually, and I think it was slightly cheaper. But yeah, there's foundation on the other side and that as well. Let's have a look at the record condition. Yeah, other than a little bit of dust, it seems in reasonable, pretty good nick. So yeah, pretty happy with that. So hooray there. So yeah, it's another one to the collection. So hooray. Well, alright, so it's the 5th of January today, and sometimes it isn't just the way that some companies package their products, but also the way that Royal Mail choose to handle them. Because this record was being used as basically a balancing tray for a bunch of heavier parcels and that, and yeah, hopefully it's alright. I'm hoping it's alright, but yeah, I don't like it when Royal Mail do that, when they decide, let's balance everything and use this as a bloody balancing tray for heavier parcels, because, yeah, never a good sign. But we'll have a look, see what... Thankfully, this seemingly has appeared unscathed. So this is Demi Lovato's. Now this is a US exclusive. This is not available in the UK. However, there was a person in the UK selling this on Discogs, and it cost me, I think it was £32 total, which is not a bad price actually for it. But yeah, I can see on that they've clearly got this from the US. Now, I think the only songs I've heard on this are Heart Attacking, I think made in the USA. But yeah, I decided to just pick up this, mainly because also it was coloured vinyl as well. How the hell am I going to open it? There's no... It's one of those really, really thin ones where there's no obvious bit to, like, open the cellophane. Oh no, we're getting there. Come on. I feel like I'm going to give myself a bloody paper cut. Where's my knife I just had a second ago? What did I do with it? There it is, there it is. I'm going to put it on the very, very tip. There, hopefully that is just enough. There we go. There we go, there, just enough to pierce the cellophane. There we go. Yeah, this feels a very cheap release. This is a cheap release. Yeah. No proper inner sleeve, just a piece of paper. And that, not a gatefold. Wow. That is... God. This does feel like a cheap release. The Record XL though does feel. I think this is probably 140 gram, But yeah, it was mainly like the colour of it. Let me shine a light. Yeah. I do quite like it, but yeah, I'll put an anti-static sleeve in there now. Give it a bit of improvement as we go. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. They'll probably need a bit of a clean. Yeah, always clean records. Whenever you get a record, whether it's new or used, always give it a clean before you play it, because obviously on a used record there'll be probably dust and debris, but on a brand new one there'll be basically extra bits, or basically vinyl or whatever else came off the factory. But yeah, this is an exceptionally cheap release. Like, other than the record itself, you know. But yeah, they really skimped out on all the packaging and that for this thing. There we go. Didn't really fit in there. I'll sort that out later. But yeah, I don't like it when records are that thing. Like, it's very rare you get a release like this now, where it's literally so thin and that. Because, you know, the price of records and that are going up and everything. You know, they're seen as more, you know, of a collector's thing, so, or an enthusiast, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, no, it's just to skimp out on it like that. But at least, say, it arrived safely and was packaged properly, so ready for that. I'm not quite sure what this is. Okay. Well, that's one way. That's one way to do it. That is one way to send a cassette. I've never seen it being done like that, but hey, there we go. Ooh. I swear this had less cracks on in the picture. I don't know if I again use my little light. Yeah, you can just about see all the cracks and that on there. I swear there was less in the picture. I'll double check, but yeah, this cost me £6 with free delivery. So this is Jamiroquai synchronized, and has my favourite Jamiroquai song on there, which is Deeper Underground, which is actually a hidden track. Because yes, even to this day with the latest vinyl releases, because I do have the vinyl on this, Deeper Underground is not on the list there, but it is actually on there as the final track, as a final hidden track. But this is one of the rarer ones. It's not rare, but it is harder to get. Generally, a bit more harder to get because there's just less of them out there. This was when cassette albums were starting to go on their way out, basically during the late 90s, and you know, they were on their last gasps of life during the early 2000s. But yeah, this one and a Funk Odyssey, which I also have, are two of the last releases. This one does have Dolby noise reduction though. This one does have that. Right. This one comes in a box which is actually pretty bashed up. Let me show you. Can't really show you because the bit where it's bashed up is where it has my address on it. But I think this might be another cassette. Yeah, got loads of packing material. But yes, it's good. That box was just one singular cassette. Like, they've packaged them properly. So, this also cost me £6 free delivery. This is Jamiroquai Emergency on Planet Earth, their first album. Now, I already had this on cassette. In fact, here's the box of my other one. Now, I might be thinking, why did I buy another one? And that is because, unfortunately, if I can find it, the tape, in fact, here's some of the tape off that one. That one, unfortunately, the tape in it, it was just completely stuck together, the tape. And I tried several times to basically fix the issue by re-lubricating the tape, and unfortunately, whatever I did, no, and eventually it just completely unwound one day in a cassette player, and yeah, whatever I did, it just kept getting worse and worse, and it kept chewing the tape. So that's why I got another one, which hopefully this one shall be okay. This one wasn't fully rewound either. We'll soon fix that. Was that other one fully rewound? I didn't actually check. Yes, that one was. That one was. Oh, it's being further through than I thought. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of, not the biggest fan of this album. So, not the weakest. I'd say their weakest was their second album, personally. I mean, it generally depends what era you're into, because you've got, you know, Emergency through Planet Earth all the way up until Travelling Without Moving. That was kind of the more jazzy phase of Jamiroquai, and then you've got Travelling Without Moving, which was kind of like the transitional point up until, well, today, Automation, which is the more funk type phase. But yeah, I've already shown this. Well, this one's also in a lot better, I think, condition as well, but I will still keep the box of the other one. But where did I put the tape? There's the tape. Oh, please don't tell me that it's having the same issue. No, it's still rewinding. Okay. There we go. There we go. It's rewound. So yeah, woo! Booklet's going all the way. So yeah, not bad for the price of it. But yeah, annoying what happened in that to the other one. So yeah, this one was literally just bought to replace the other one. So hooray. So yeah, that was a load of stuff in that there, so hooray. Okay, so it's the 9th of January today. This came from, well, I bought it through Amazon UK, though it came through Amazon US. It came from Amazon US. I'll have to check. I can't remember how much exactly I paid for this. I think it was something like £12 or something like that. But yeah, I'm glad I did, because the price has since gone up on it. But it is Hey Arnold the movie. So yeah, or also known as Arnold Saves the Neighborhood. So yeah, just to also clarify, this is only available on Blu-ray in the US, not the UK or anywhere else in the world. So US, well, I should say US and Canada, essentially. So yeah, I'm curious on whether this includes the original special features of the DVD. doesn't mention any. I don't know if it does. But there, well, there we are. Could you get any more basic? There we are. It is nice though that Nickelodeon, or should I say Viacom, who owns them, are starting to release some of these onto Blu-ray. They released Jimmy Neutron and the Rugrats film trilogy. So yeah, I know my friend, he's got Jimmy Neutron already, and he's going to be buying the Rugrats trilogy and sending me the rips of them, and I'm going to be sending him this as a rip. I remember when I first saw this actually on VHS. I rented it. It was, well, my parents rented it from Blockbusters for me. I just remember seeing it, and yeah, this was my first introduction to Hey Arnold, and Hey Arnold. You know, I did also see the Jungle movie when that came out. I think I did a video on it on this channel. And I have seen probably most of the episodes, although I haven't seen them now for a decade nearly. Because I remember I used to see them, I think it was Nicktoons or something would put them on like dead early in the morning or dead late at night. But yeah, that's how I initially watched them. But yeah, so this is true HD. This is a new HD scan and that of the film. But you can actually buy Hey Arnold the complete series on Blu-ray. But it's not what you think. It is standard definition, but on Blu-ray. That's why if you buy it, it says SD on Blu-ray, standard definition on Blu-ray. So yeah, so if you do see that out there and you have the Hey Arnold DVD, no point in this. But this is definitely worth it because obviously this is the new HD version. And I imagine if you watch this on Paramount Plus, it'll also be the HD version along with the others. But yeah, I don't know whether they could do HD versions of the actual series. That I'm not 100% certain on, because it kind of depends what animation techniques and mastering they were using at the time. For example, I know everything from a pup named Scooby-Doo it's either season 2 or 3 onwards, all the way up into Legend of the Vampire. Actually, no, everything up until Cyber Chase, there we go. All of that stuff, despite being done on cell animation, because of the way it was done and the way it was mastered and the animation was done, you'd never get true HD versions of that, which is why stuff like, for example, there's an HD upscale of Zombie Island. So, yeah, and it looks worse. It does look worse. It loses a lot of the detail, loses a lot of, for example, the colour grading and that. They just make it, basically what they did is, the upscaling is that, basically they smoothed everything out, and it just lost a lot of the detail on that in the process. So, yeah. But other things that they did have a true HD transfer in terms of Scooby-Doo stuff recently, was Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, which definitely looks better than its original one. It no longer looks washed out, for one. Okay, so there's a few files on here, so that may... Yeah, it might not have any special feature. I'm just looking at the files on the disc here. But that one definitely looks better. However, Boo Brothers, mixed with Boo Brothers, because while the quality difference is apparent, the problem with Boo Brothers, Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers, is basically they really oversaturated it and brightened it up exponentially, which I think they went far too far in the other way. People say that it's meant to match the original broadcast of it, but even so, I think it kind of ruined it aesthetically in terms of just like it being far too bright and far too oversaturated. But yeah, anyway, that's enough of that. But yeah, there we go.